A lot of people ask this question, and the answer depends. Your conveyor belt must have these three properties in order to work. First, your conveyor belt has to be able to withstand the high temperatures of the extruder and the heat bed. Second, 3D printer filament must stick to your conveyor belt when printing. Otherwise, you'll just be printing out a lot of spaghetti. Third, the conveyor belt must be flexible. If it's not flexible, then it won't lay flat on the print bed, and that's going to warp your parts. In my initial prototypes, I would use metal shim stock to make a conveyor belt. I would purchase rolls of brass and stainless steel shim stock from vendors like McMaster-Carr. I would then manually cut and tape together the material to make the conveyor belt. Now, because this conveyor belt was all metal, it could obviously withstand the temperatures of the 3D printer. And after applying a glue stick, 3D printer filament would stick to this belt while printing. But there was still one issue. The belt was way too stiff. In fact, in this clip, you can actually hear the belt crinkling as it moves forwards. Because of the stiffness of the belt, it just wouldn't lay flat on the print bed, and that would negatively impact the print quality. After that failure, I tried to make my own conveyor belt completely from scratch. I got a bunch of regular printer paper and I taped it together into a long strip. I then covered that strip with green painter's tape, and I covered that with yellow captain's tape. To everyone's surprise, including my own, this conveyor belt actually worked really well. The belt was flexible and it would lay flat on the print bed, and the printer filament would easily stick to the yellow captain tape. The only issue is that if the searing hot 220 degrees Celsius printer nozzle touched the belt, it would melt instantly. I still think this belt is a great option if you want to only use materials that you can find at dollar store, but there are better options. Conveniently, I ended up finding a guy that sold conveyor belts specifically made for 3D printers. Unsurprisingly, these conveyor belts had the exact combination of material properties that we need. By far, I got my best quality prints using these conveyor belts that were specifically made for conveyor belt 3D printers. They are a bit pricey at $40 per unit, but you can get them for a 20% discount using my promo code. To my knowledge, I am the only person anywhere on the internet offering this discount, so my link is literally the cheapest possible way to get this conveyor belt. If you want more details on how to build a conveyor belt 3D printer, make sure to check out this build video right here. It contains all of the information you need to build one of these machines.